I just finished an exercise and I realized I could go multiple times into a different state or phase state. This place would form, I'd be there, then I'm out, then it's forming again, I'm there and I'm out. It happened multiple times, and I guess this is what happens when we keep on meditating for longer periods. And now I have started to understand these different states of waking state consciousness and phase state of consciousness, where this reality somehow phases out and we're in that reality, or whatever that is. I don't know yet. And I guess this is the right time to log my recent experience, which I had been waiting to see the development of, or how would it develop itself into, if that makes sense. So about a week ago, I got out and it was kind of dark, black, everything black. And I stumbled upon an entity. Again, this time it was like the last time, just dark entity, not negative. It's just no light, dark, that kind of dark. And I thought I didn't want to get into this at this moment. I just wanted to go out and fly. And I pushed this entity, shadow being something, away. And I realized that it went outside the window and down. At that moment I thought I shouldn't have done that probably. But immediately that entity was back again. And this time it was a very, very old, all wrinkled face and body, an old woman. And I asked, why are you following me? Why don't you go away? And she mentioned about a certain glow surrounding my body, which I was not seeing at all. I was not aware of my non-physical body, or there was no such glow there. I was not seeing it, that's for sure. And all I was seeing was, it was hazy and dark, the space itself. It was still my apartment, but I said, I don't see that light. Why don't you just go away, fly away? And she said she can't. And I said, yes, you can. You can do that. And anyone can do that in the astral. You're in the astral and you can do that. And she said, nobody told me that before, that she can fly. And I said, go fly. It's possible. Just think, rise, and you will go away. You will fly away. Go explore this. The universe is vast and infinite. So immense possibilities. Just go and fly. And that ended, and I was back in my body. Then I woke up with a sensation, because this was the second time encountering beings outside of my body. I didn't know what that was. I didn't know what had happened. I have two ideas on that. First idea is that was a test planned by my guides, or my subconscious, or my higher self. I don't know what to call them. It was either a test or it was real. It did happen indeed. I asked for such a person living in the apartment at some point in the past, but my friend who I'm living with in the same apartment, he didn't know, and then we just brushed it off in the conversation. But I do believe this is one of these cases. Either it's a test or it did happen. And I like to believe that both of these are possibilities, because I had been asking for it in my meditations and in 1 month patterning that I did in February, that I had been asking to go out of body and to be able to help people who are no more in the physical body and help them out. And also because I had been reading about it a lot in different books and different people's experiences, and I thought this would be a cool thing to do as well. And there it was. It came in a very strange way, but it was quite interesting. I skipped all the precursor dreams to this experience, which was that it was a very dark dream, that I was in a village somewhere in Nepal or something similar in the hilly region, and there were no people at all, and lots of domestic animals like cows, buffaloes, and goats, mostly cows and buffaloes, and they were either very ill or dead, and they were not standing. All of them were already on the ground, and lots of flies. And I was walking past through this village road, and suddenly I started to see a lot of dead animals and flies coming towards me and trying to get into my nose, into my ears, and into my mouth. And I was running away from that space. During the dream itself, it wasn't that dark dream. Now this is going this dark. I don't know if it's negative or not. I don't know, because at that time it didn't feel anything odd. But anyways, I was running away from this village and stumbled up in a rock, the final rock on a cliff. And I saw down from the cliff and saw that there was a highway and a bus was passing by. And I simply decided to jump because I didn't want anymore to be in that village. But I didn't fall. And this is one of the patterns that has been happening, that when I don't fall or when I can fly, I realize this is a dream and I can break this dream to enter into out-of-body state already. Because with my experience and also having read around this topic, I pretty much agree that when we have flying dreams, we're almost already out of the body, and we can convert that into a full out-of-body experience. So as soon as I realized that I didn't fall, I realized I was already out of body. So I said, okay, now then I can get out. And the dream ended completely. And about 4 days after that, I was listening to Exploration and Sleep track from Wave 1 of the Gateway Experience. And usually I sit upright on bed like this position, and put my hands like that, and then above my knees, and I close my eyes and meditate, listening to the audio tracks. But this time I just lie down and put the track, Exploration and Sleep, and I completed the track and then fell asleep. Of course, at some point I had to take my earphones off and eye blinders off, which I did. I slept. Then that was around 7:45 or 8 p.m. already. Then I woke up around 10 and I went to bathroom, came back, and then lie down again. And this time I played the OBE alarm that I have made on my phone next to the bed. The OBE alarm is about 7 hours and 30 minutes, and with each 90 minutes there is a prompt in my voice that asks me to remain alert, remain calm, and do the OBE attempt exercises. Sometimes I remember to do that, sometimes I'm super relaxed and super into sleep that I don't actually do anything, and sometimes I do not hear that at all, which is strange because the first 2 times it plays, and that's first 2 sleep cycles, somehow I don't hear anything. After these first 2 cycles, which is around 180 minutes past, on the third 90-minute cycle when it plays, I can hear it. But still I am sometimes very much into sleep that I don't do anything. And sometimes I perform the techniques. Well, coming back to this experience, that day I played both of these audios at the same time, sat from my bed and slept on my back, but with my leg slightly bent, not completely straight down, and my hand above my head like that on the pillow. After this was within 10 minutes mark, and I know that because the first prompt of my voice on the OBE alarm is immediate as I play the audio, but the second one is at 10-minute mark, so that I know how long I went to bed to fall asleep. Around 9 minutes, I'd say, I started feeling a pressure on my ears. It was a pulse. 1 pressure, nothing happened. I thought it was just normal random pressure on my ears. But then it happened again, and it started to happen again and again. And like that, it was increasing on its speed slowly. And I thought maybe this is a precursor to OBE as well. It kept on happening and increasing. And this pulsation of the pressure on my ears, on my inner ears, went on increasing. And I thought, if nothing happens, fine. If I get out, fine. I lie down, and I was already almost in between sleep and waking state, mostly towards sleeping state. And I lost the sense of my consciousness at some point. Maybe I went into sleep. Then I heard the alarm, the prompt of my voice in the OBE alarm. And by that time, it was doing it a lot. There was a lot of pressure there, and a lot of pulsation of this pressure. Then I performed my technique of just rising up like that, or waking up straightforward. And how I perceive it now is that I didn't do it as my waking state awareness, but it was somehow my subconscious programming that had been developed within these months because of practicing these, that whenever there's a situation like that and I'm almost towards the sleep state and not a waking state, then somehow my subconscious allows me to, or it does that for me, that I wake up. I woke up and I already had known that this is not a physical body. And by now I know the sensation of the second body, what Robert Monroe calls the immediate second body after when we get out from our physical body. And then I was asking for higher self. Now I was using the phrase again and again. It didn't work. And I said God self now. Didn't work. And I was kind of frustrated already. And I thought, okay, I will open the door here in the apartment and then I'll meet my guides. I opened the door, total blackness, nothing could be seen. It was all pitch black, dark. I closed the door and then I shouted, I want to meet my guides. Then it became completely gone, unconscious. And immediately I was woken up by a guide. And that was some experience that I've never had before, and was very, can't describe it really well, because the elements I can, but the experience of how it felt is still totally a mystery to me. The elements of the experience, immediately there was a music heard. For some reason it was a major 7 chord, but each note playing at different times, as if a crystal is moving around, and then you can see different parts of the crystal shine at different times. So exactly like that, the notes were there playing by itself, and it was not as if hearing with the ear, but it was felt and heard. So you see, this is why I can't totally explain how this works. And I asked some questions and got some reply, and I somehow knew there should be more than one guide, because there was one guide in front of me who had woken me up gently, and then in my non-physical body woken me up gently, and then we started communicating, asking questions and receiving replies. I also asked what are the other guides, and she said they are here, but you can't see them at the moment, but in time you will see. I did feel their presence, and somehow the presence or their signature was very much similar, to the point I'd say they were the same beings who I stumbled upon on my previous experience, and the same beings who held me and did something in my Manipur chakra. And this space where this communication happened was still the same apartment bedroom where I was sleeping, but it had a general glow, soft glow of light around, and this music. And one very strong feeling was that there is unconditional, non-judgmental acceptance and love, to the point that there cannot exist any negativity in that space. It simply does not. It just evaporates, or it doesn't exist. It's strange. I'm still digesting the experience and thinking it daily what had happened. Yeah, maybe in future I'll find out or experience more and understand. But at the moment, the experience itself is overwhelmingly beautiful. And after that experience ended, it was like waking state awareness to waking state that I woke up in physical body, and then I started to note down the experience. Then I thought, why didn't I remember to ask many questions I had? Who were the beings that held me and did something to my Manipur chakra? However, I did have a feeling that they were my guides, but I still would like to have a confirmation. And who was the old woman that I saw? And how can I prolong my experience outside of the body? And also, can my guides take me to other places, other cool places, or show me my past, or I don't know, something cool? But no, everything was total in that space. Everything was, there needed no questioning so much and or anything, because the amount of presence of love would just be sufficient, be enough, right? See you after next experience.